Wow, gacha gaming is saturated. From Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves. Pretty sure I saw a game that's like GTA, but we'll leave that for another day. Every game out there wants your time, energy, and your money, and gacha games are coming for it. With all this commotion in space, there's one game that I'm excited for personally. 7 Deadly Sins Origin. It's been highly anticipated over many years, but finally it's coming out this year. But this game might not be perfect. There's many concerns around the developer, the IP, and then many other things. But I believe if it can do some things right, it can survive. But let's see, can 7 Deadly Sins Origin really survive in 2025? Let's find out, man.
I love it when you talk to me. My cats and shit.
A lot of games nowadays are built with original IPs, but Origin has one thing going for it. It's based on anime, which would be a great thing if it was 2017. But it's not. It's been years since 7 Deadly Sins was at the peak of its powers, but it's just not what it used to be. This IP is not at the level of Naruto or DBZ, where you can just sustain having a bad game. Origin has to be fun at its core. A lot of players are gonna come for 7 Deadly Sins, but gonna need to stay for the gameplay. The game cannot rely on its IP. And that's one thing that I'm scared about Netmarble doing. That they're gonna rely on the fact that it's 7 Deadly Sins to boost their game and keep it going. That cannot happen for this game. The fact that it's an open world game is going to entice a lot of Genshin players, a lot of Wuthering Wave players to come. Some of them may not have even seen the anime, so they need to rely on having a great, captivating story and gameplay. Can they do this? I don't know, but I'm going to trust Netmarble to do their job properly. But one thing we cannot do is rely on an IP. The IP is not at what it used to be. 7 Deadly Sins Origin still needs to focus on the fact that it is a 7 Deadly Sins game. As a Grand Cross player, many of the times when characters are coming out, we're assuming it's going to be a 7 Deadly Sins character, but no.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
Netmarble has a tendency to focus on original characters, which is fine, but they haven't explored all the options that are in the anime. As a Grand Cross player, we've been waiting for Grey Road for 5 to 6 years. He still hasn't come out yet, but we've got a fairy in the game. Netmarble, you need to focus on the characters that are in the story. It is good to add some original characters, make sure they're lifelike, they have great character backgrounds, they're involved in the story, but people are waiting for the Eskimos, they're waiting for the Meliodas, they're waiting for these important characters in the story. So as much as we cannot rely on this to keep the game going, you still need to remember it is a 7 Deadly Sins game. So Netmarble, please take it seriously.
My records all across the way, then there was no payola.
Number 1, the pity system. You would think in 2025, gacha game creators will understand that maybe there's certain things that we should never not have in a game, but a certain game came out recently that we're not going to talk about, so I need to address this. Every gacha game needs a pity system. It encourages summoning and not hold it to one unit that everybody believes is going to be great or everybody believes is hype. Everybody likes summoning. You can say you don't, but it's true. The reason why you play a gacha game is to summon most of the time. So the game is discouraging from summoning by saying we're not going to guarantee you anything. All that's going to happen is people are going to be saving and saving and saving until one unit comes out and then they start saving again. It's not a great thing to have. Please make sure, if I see this game doesn't have a pity system, I might want to play it. So that's beside the point. Please implement a Wuthering Waves type system with a 75-25, more than 50-50. But if it's 50-50, I won't be mad. Let's just keep it, I won't be mad. Second point, the game needs to prioritize free-to-play players. Let's just be honest. They make the majority of the fan base in gacha games, and it's not even close. Even though they don't play, they serve as the backbone for any games community. They are the ones that are going to be the most invested. Let's be honest, because they have to grind for everything. No matter what they want, they have to grind and put hard work. So if they're spending hours upon hours saving up for one character, they're going to be very invested in the game. They serve as free promotion for the game. They like the game, they will talk about it and spread it to other people. And eventually, once they stop being 5 years old and get some money, they will spend money in the game. That's just a joke, but let's be honest. Free-to-play players make up the backbone of any game. So giving them good options for free-to-play players to play the game, such as great weapons, great free characters, giving them a lot of free rewards. All these things will benefit the free-to-play player and the pay-to-play player, but it gives the free-to-play player something to look forward to. And the single most important thing is quality of life. Let's just be honest. If the game can't run and keeps crashing, I'm gonna stop playing the game. I'm going to be very real. I'm going to stop playing the game. The game has to run smoothly on any system. If I have a bad system, I'll put it on low settings. I have a good system, I'll put it on high settings. But the game has to run consistently well regardless. There's a lot of people that don't have good systems, but they still want to play the game. You can't remove them from your player base. The game just won't grow at that rate. And not only in terms of gameplay, in terms of how well it's playing, talking about the actual gameplay as well. If things are hard to find and hard to grind, people won't play the game. Grinding is an essential part of these gacha games, let's just be real. So if it's extremely hard to find places to grind, extremely hard to mark enemies, simple quality of life things, this game is not going to survive. The best system I've seen is Star Rail. The Star Rail menu is so efficient. I want to find a character to farm for, I just select the build target and I start farming. It's an amazing system. Netmob, if you want to copy that, be my guest please, because quality of life in terms of the actual gameplay of how to find things, it makes things so much easier. I don't want to be running around trying to figure out who do I need to give this equipment, who do I need to give this material to. The game should be telling me, guiding me on these things. That's what I genuinely believe. It makes the whole thing seamless. It makes it more fun, despite the game not even changing. And now for a few lesser points, but they're still quite important. The game needs a good end game. Let's just be honest. A good end game sweetens the deal. I'm not talking about no tower or no abyss. Obviously that will be the backbone. But it needs to be a good end game with great rewards, but also an endless mode. Because what happens in a lot of these games is you get to the end of the end game and then you stop. But our characters are way stronger most of the time. They're way stronger than what the developers think. So it needs to be a mode that allows you to keep on going and to keep progressing, keep trying to up your levels. I'm gonna give an example of Naruto Blazing. It's not the best example, but I think it helps realize what I'm thinking about. In Naruto Blazing, there was a Kage League where the top 5,000 players in PvP got a certain unit. Obviously, I don't want PvP in this game or like PvP for top 5,000 players get a certain unit, no. But the idea was that the top 3 players get a specific type of unit. The unit had a badge on it and was colored for what rank they got. The number 1 player got a gold version of that same unit everybody else got. It's not that much of a difference, but small things like that that entice people to keep playing the game at a higher level is really important to me. I think if there was like a leaderboard for whoever's in the endless mode or whoever did the most damage, and they gave you a badge saying, oh, you did the most damage in the game, I think that really encouraged like the whales to keep on playing so they can flex how much they've built up their characters. But it also gives the free-to-play players something to strive for, like what if I get like a top 5,000 badge or a certain ranking. Again, it's nothing to do with like player versus player, but like how we rank in terms of how well we're doing in this end game mode would be really encouraging to like keep players in the game and keep them striving to hit certain goals in this end game mode. But again, that's just me. And that is all. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, that's all my thoughts for this right now. There'll be more in the future. Hopefully this game is good. But let's leave it at that. Anything else, put it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the game. And I'll see you soon. God bless.